there was a time there where I thought, man, I achieved everything I wanted to achieve in WWE. My movie career is floundering a little bit. What do? I was relatively still young. I think I was 34. And I thought, oh, well, maybe UFC, maybe I should do something like that. Then I thought, well, I respect the sport of mixed martial arts so much. I felt like, in my head, I felt like it was still at least a 2-year process for me to even get in the octagon, let alone the UFC. And I wasn't quite too sure what to do or what kind of people to put around me at that time. So the idea kind of fizzled out, and then I continued to stay on the path of movie making, but still a big fan and love the sport. But at one time I did consider it. And by the way, I couldn't have been happier, by the way, for Brock when he got out of WWE and he started doing MMA. Excited for CM Punk to make his debut too. And look, anybody, by the way, who is successful in one area and then commits to MMA, like, I just feel it's the toughest fucking sport in the world. And I always take my hats off to those guys.
But Rousey was never the draw that she was advertised as. She never did the pay-per-view numbers or the live gates that was advertised. It was always Conor, by a lot. During that era where there was a debate between those two, that Conor was the money guy. And why it was promoted and marketed differently, I don't know. But it was just that. It was promotion and marketing. It was not reality. And yes, Lesnar crushes default. They're not even comparable. When you talk about the biggest UFC of all time and the biggest, you never bring up UFC 100. It was such an anomaly. It's like it's taken off the board. They did 1.75 million. So, yes, Lesnar without a doubt is the biggest attraction the UFC's ever seen.
But I'll tell you something as well. Another possible opponent that hasn't been spoken about, and I was with him a couple of nights ago in New York. I bumped into him and we got talking. Nick Diaz.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, man, we should fight. I'm like, yeah, I'm down to fight you, no problem. And then he says, but we have to do it at 178. I'm like, what do you mean 178? Yeah, he said, we do a catch weight, 178. I'm like, well, let's just do 185. He said, no, 178. So anyway, I had a good time with Nick, by the way. We had a couple of drinks and hung out. He's a good dude.
His game, of course, is to put me on the ground, and my game is, of course, a strike. I mean, I don't think he's going to put me on the ground, and if he does, I'll be able to get up anyway. So, I don't think it'll get me any further closer to a title shot. It just makes my name even bigger. I think if I beat Brock, I mean, he's not even in the top 10, to be honest.
But this time I know Nate's going to show up. I know I'm going to be faced a tall, lanky southpaw with a decent lead hand. And that's it. Now I have brought in tall, lanky southpaws with a solid lead hand, guys with solid jiu-jitsu credentials, and then John is overlooking every session, managing every session. I'm feeling very confident in myself that I'll go in and I'll toy with this man. I mean, 8 minutes of the fight, I was toying with him. That fadeaway left hand that he caught me with, my senses were still there. I wasn't like, it was almost like a fatigue thing that my balance was gone, but I wasn't actually, I always look back and question and say, I wonder what would have happened if I had just weathered the storm. Because he was 1 or 2 shots from being done, I feel. I feel when that left hand hit, he got this burst of energy. You can see it in his corner, they went insane. It was like they won the lotto. I mean, and then I took a couple of shots and I shot and I ended up like guillotine, and then it was just downhill from there. I wonder what would have happened if I had just kept my hands up. I kept circling, took the smacks, and survive, eventually his energy that he gained from that left-hand shot would have dipped again, and we would have been, and then round 3 would have begun. So there's a lot of questions and stuff I feel confident that I can improve on next time, and I'm going in here confident that I will get this rematch back.
Oh,